Morning guys, Sunday morning in the workshop, just checking the orders. Building knives for Chris Deacon, John Mann and two for Jesse Coder this week. Progress report so far on those knives. Here they are. Blanks have all been cut out now. I've started to drill the holes, but the started to drill the holes through and putting the primary grinds on, but the drill's gone blunt, so I got to sharpen the drill. I've learned a lot of skills, other skills associated with knife making. One of them is keeping your drills sharp. I don't tend to use oil when I cut with the drill. The drill always seems to remain cool, provided I keep the drill sharp. There are built into the tool steels lubricants in the form of certain additives to the steel composition itself, which helps cutting tools to work the normalised state of tool steel. So let's see how this drill cuts now. The drill itself has remained almost cold, and the hole barely any noticeable heat in it at all. So that's the reason why I don't use oil. Well, there you see them with the initial handle holes drilled out. This hole here and this hole here, these will be for the handle pins or the rivets. So I'll just mark them, and I'll drill them out to 6mm if they're going to be mosaic pins, or 6.5mm if they're going to be brass pins. That's my next operation. Well, here we are. They've all been drilled out now. Pinholes to the sizes required. You see they're slightly larger holes than the rest now. The remaining holes get drilled out to a larger diameter. The machine's set up for that already, so it's back onto the driller again. far. You can see that the lanyard hole has been drilled out. These 3 holes here and this hole here serve 2 purposes. They are to allow the glue to penetrate both sides and to allow a firmer bond for the scales, but they also just very slightly reduce the weight of the knife. Next operation is to linish up the flats before heat treat, because it makes it so much easier to clean up after heat treat. You can see how all the high spots are being taken down. There's a low spot just there, so I've got to keep linishing until that low spot goes. Otherwise it'll be a long job to get that out, or it will mar the finished product. Well, as you can hopefully see, I've carefully ground the flats, the blade flats, to remove any high spots and any deep scratches. That will make the process of cleaning the blades up and achieving a higher finish at the end so much easier. So that's done at this early stage now. The next stage is to tilt the platen to the bevel angle, and then change the belt to a 40 grit belt, and just rip these corners off where I want the grind to be. Again, it just makes it so much easier just to take the sharp edges, the corners off before heat treat. So that's what I'll do now. I'll do this amazing thing to measure my angles. It's called a Wixie. First of all, I check the table, zero the table, and then I want to adjust the platen to my desired angle. And it's on with a new belt. As I say, a 40 grit belt in this case, to remove the material relatively quickly. I'm only looking at taking off the corners, as I said earlier. Well, that finishes all the pre-heat treat stage in the production of these 4 knives. From here on in, things are going to get hot. And now is also the time to check for straightness of the blade, because once they've been heat treated, not so easy to get them straight. So any that require a little tweak now, get a little tweak. To straighten things up. I'm looking for as near to perfection as I can get it. Happy with them. They're all straight and true, so they're into the kiln now. Well, these 4 blanks now have been cut, ground, drilled and linished, etc. And all that working of the steel has put hidden stresses within the actual steel itself, and there's every chance that even if I'm careful I may get very small warps. So I'm going to use a process called normalisation. I'm going to normalise these. Basically what I'm going to do is heat them up to the critical temperature in the kiln, and then bring them out and let them air cool before I finally go on to do an oil quench. Right, these blades have been soaking now at 825, 830 centigrade now for a few minutes. So it's simply a matter of bringing them out. As you can see, they're a nice cherry. I'm just going to leave them to cool down in the air to normalise them. It may not be absolutely necessary, but I believe it's good practice. Now once they're cool, they go back in again, brought up to this temperature again, and then they're quenched in oil. And I say that just relieves any stresses which I may have imparted into the steel during the working processes earlier.